ask, first of all, what's the significance of these charges then?
Well, this has been a long time coming, and the significance of these charges is mainly that they went so high up because Hashim Thaci is still the president of Kosovo. He's always been the top leader. He was the top leader of the Kosovo Liberation Army during the war with Serbia, and he's now the president. So while we knew that the court was preparing these indictments and we expected former KLA members to be indicted, there was always the question of how high the prosecutors would go. And with Thaci's indictment, it means they went straight for the top.
Okay, and where do we see things heading to there from this point?
Well, at the moment, the prosecutor said this is an indictment that we've submitted to judges and they still have to approve it. So we're not yet sure that these charges will be approved. And when they are, then it can move to a court case. But the prosecutor also said that he's come out with these charges now because Thaci and some of his co-accused were spearheading a campaign to kind of stop the Kosovo court from moving. As you say, this is a court in Kosovo, but it's actually seated in The Hague to diminish kind of involvement from Kosovo politicians and political meddling. But Thaci has been trying to work to stop this court because he doesn't want it, obviously, because it's looking into KLA crimes, which he thinks is unfair.
Yeah, and it's looking into crimes committed more than 20 years ago as well. And it's going to be difficult, isn't it, for that court to really examine evidence that is more than 2 decades old.
On the one hand, it would seem so. On the other hand, also, that is what international courts do. It takes a very long time for these cases to actually go to court. And the case against Mladic and Karadzic, Bosnian Serb leaders, is also 20 years old. And they still have all this evidence and they can present cases that this long. It's just international trials take a very long time. So I think this is just the first step in what is potentially a very long procedure if these charges get confirmed.